Good morning, students. Today we are starting with biomolecules. What are biomolecules? They are defined as the complex macromolecules which combine in a specific manner to produce life. The important biomolecules are number one is carbohydrates, then we have proteins, vitamins, hormones, lipids, after that we have nucleic acids. So first of all we are considering carbohydrates, lipids and enzymes. Carbohydrates. What are carbohydrates? They are defined as the polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones. Means these compounds they contain many hydroxyl group along with either one aldehyde group or one ketonic group is there. So they are called as carbohydrate. We have the examples like glucose. The structure is like this. It is having CHOH, OH group on the first carbon on the right hand side, second carbon on the left hand side, and we have 2 OH on the right hand side. So this is your D plus glucose. Then we have fructose. Fructose is having ketonic group that will be at carbon number 2. This is D minus fructose. So these are the monosaccharides. We will be dealing them in the classification of carbohydrates. So what are carbohydrates? Initially they were thought to be the compound, they were thought to be the hydrates of carbon since they contained hydrogen and oxygen in the same ratio as is contained by water. But later on number of compounds they follow this definition. For example, acetic acid CH3COOH, it has the hydrogen oxygen in the same ratio as is present in water. That also comes under this category. Therefore the first definition being the hydrates of carbon, that was discarded and new definition was introduced, which I have told you earlier. They are polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones. Now they are divided into two classes. Now classification will be same classification of carbohydrates. There are a number of systems of classifying them. According to first system, they are classified as sugars and non-sugars. Sugars are the crystalline substances. They are water soluble. They produce transparent solution in dissolving in water. Example is glucose, fructose, sucrose. All these carbohydrates they come under the category sugar. They are sweet in taste. They are sweet, crystalline, water soluble substances. They are non-sweet. They don't appear sweet. They are not crystalline, they are amorphous, water insoluble, they don't dissolve easily in water. Example are starch and cellulose. They are these two examples, they cover glucose and fructose. So this is our first classification. Then we have the second classification of carbohydrate, second system. According to this system, carbohydrates they are defined as the reducing sugars, and number 2 are non-reducing sugars. Now, what are reducing sugar? Reducing sugars are those carbohydrates which contain aldehyde group, and they reduce tolerance reagent, they reduce failing solution. They are aldose sugar having aldehyde group and reduce your tolerance reagent. We have done it in the aldehyde ketone, failing solution and Benedict solution. They were discussed in the aldehyde and ketone. So they are generally ketose sugar having ketonic as a functional group. Do not reduce these three reagent, tolerance solution, failing solution, Benedict solution. They do not reduce these solutions. So there are two systems of classification up to now. Now we come to the third system of classification of carbohydrate, and that system is according to the your hydrolysis product. The carbohydrates are divided into three classes on the basis of this hydrolysis product obtained by the hydrolysis of carbohydrates. We have third system of classification depending upon products of hydrolysis. They are monosaccharides. Saccharide word is a Greek word which means sugar. So these are the simplest forms of carbohydrate which cannot be further hydrolyzed. उनकी दोबारा hydrolysis नहीं हो सकती. They are glucose and fructose. They come under this category. Carbohydrate containing aldehyde group, they are called as aldose sugar. While the carbohydrate having ketonic group, they are called as ketose sugar. So these are monosaccharides. Then we have oligosaccharides. Oligo in Greek means few. Saccharide we know sugars. The carbohydrate which on hydrolysis produce 2 to 9 molecules of monosaccharide, they are called as oligosaccharide. Depending upon the number of molecules produced by them, they are further classified into disaccharide, trisaccharide, tetrasaccharide, pentasaccharide, hexasaccharide and so on. So this is oligosaccharide. Third is polysaccharides. Poly means many, we know. The carbohydrates which on hydrolysis produce many units of the monosaccharide carbohydrate. For example, we have starch, it produces thousands of glucose molecules on hydrolysis. Then we have cellulose, it also produces thousands of the units of the glucose. So these two carbohydrates, they come under this category of polysaccharides. So this is regarding the classification. Then we have four systems according to which D and L sugar, they are classified into two classes. These sugars are those sugars which contain OH carbon on the penultimate carbon, and that is present on the right hand side. For example, we have seen the case of glucose. This is carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Penultimate carbon is this OH on right hand side. This is called as D sugar. If OH is present on the left hand side, then that is called as L sugar. So these are the two classes of carbohydrate, D and L sugar. Then we come to the structure of few monosaccharides. glucose. This is D plus glucose. Then we have structure of fructose. Fructose is having ketonic group. OH group first on the left hand side, then on the left hand side, right hand side two OH groups are there. This is CH2OH. This is called as D minus fructose. Then we have another system which is having two OH on the right hand side, two OH on the left hand side. First of all, two OH on the right hand side. This is also D minus notes. So they are monosaccharides. Now we come to the cyclic. Most of the carbohydrates, they possess chiral carbon or asymmetric carbon, due to which they are optically active in nature. These are the chiral carbon 1, 2, 3, 4. In this case 1, 2, 3. In this case 1, 2, 3, 4. Chiral carbon is that carbon which is attached to 4 different groups. So this plus stands for that this compound rotates plane polarized light or monochromatic light in the clockwise direction. It is minus, it will rotate in an anti-clockwise direction, it will rotate in a clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction. So minus sign or plus sign, they signify the rotation of the plane polarized light by these compounds. Now we come to the cyclic structures of carbohydrates. Will be now drawing the cyclic structures of these carbohydrates. First of all, we take glucose. Now, from carbon number 5, we are having a lone pair of electron on the oxygen. This oxygen is polar in nature, so this oxygen is negatively charged. When molecule floats in the liquid medium or in the molten medium, then this hydrogen, it comes in attraction with this oxygen, and this hydrogen is migrated from carbon number 5 carbon number 5 to carbon number 1, carbon number 5 to carbon number 1. So hydrogen of CH2 group is not migrated, it is carbon number 5th hydrogen of OH group, which was polar, migrates to this, and we get two types of structure. OH lying on this side, this oxygen generates OH taking hydrogen from here. Then we have the remaining system as such. So this is our structure. Now it will be acquiring cyclic structure. So this hydrogen is removed because it has transferred to the upper side of that carbon, so it will be going here. Now this structure can exist in the two cyclic form, one of the cyclic form. Now we are representing that cyclic form. This is the oxygen which is coming here, it is situated here. Now this is carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 6th carbon which is not in the cycle. So carbon number 1 contain HNOH. You write left group on the upper side, right group on the lower side. Then we have the similar HOH position. Then we have OH on the upper side, H on the lower side. Similarly HOH. In this case CH2OH is always written on the upper side, H is on the lower side. This is one cyclic form of D plus glucose. This will be now called if carbon number 1 contains OH on the lower side, this is called as alpha form of glucose. These isomers, they are called as epimers. Alpha position of this D plus, it is glucose से आया ये शब्द glucopyranose because it is pyran ring. Iron ring is that ring which have 5 carbons in the cycle and 1 oxygen. And similarly, we can get another structure of this where OH position is different. OH on first carbon lying on the upper side. Baki other groups, they have not been changed. Their position as such remains as such as was in the first structure. So this is your beta form of glucose, beta D plus glucopyranose. So these are the two cyclic structures of glucose. Then we come to fructose. Cyclic structure of fructose can be generated from this hydrogen migration to this oxygen, or this can also be migrated. We'll show it in the later stage. So when this hydrogen comes here, you are getting CH2OH of upper carbon. This is lying on this side, OH on this side. Then we have the remaining system, HOH. Similarly, we have here OH, H. Then we have migrated this hydrogen of 4th carbon to this, and we have CH2OH. Now this structure has 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons in the cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon and 1 oxygen. So it is a furan type of structure. That's why this sugar will be called as furanose. Carbon number 1 has OH on the lower side, CH2O on the upper side. Then we have OH, left hand side group, they comes on the upper side. Then we have HOH. Similarly, now we have CH2. OH is always written on the upper side on carbon, last carbon, penultimate carbon. So this is our carbohydrate. Since it was D minus fructose, so it will be OH on the lower side in this case. So this molecule will be called as alpha D minus. It is fructose, from fructose, furanose. It is furan ring. That's why it is called as fructofuranose. Then we come to another cyclic structure. We'll be changing the position of OH on carbon number 1. We will get this CH2OH now lying on the lower side, the OH becoming upper side. This sugar will now become a beta sugar. This is called as beta D plus or minus. This is fructofuranose. So these are the pentagonal rings of fructose. That's why it has been called as fructofuranose. These are hexagonal rings which are called as pyranose. Another structure of this is possible if we are not shifting hydrogen from penultimate carbon to carbonyl group. We will be now shifting hydrogen of CH2 group on the penultimate carbon. This is not shifted. This hydrogen is shifted now to this group. Then we get COH, CH2OH. Other groups, they have not been changed. Now this carbon, it has 2 hydrogens and this oxygen is now present here. So this will be now having hexagonal ring structure. This is our carbon number 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5th and 6th oxygen. So now fructose will be having a pyran ring structure. This carbon will contain 2 hydrogens and carbon number 1 have CH2OH on the upper side, OH on the lower side. The remaining groups OH, H, OH, H. This is HOH and then we have HOH. So this is called as the alpha D minus fructofuranose. pyranose. Similarly, we come in this case, we are changing only the position of OH on carbon number 1, remaining structure remains same. The OH and H, OH, OH, here we have hydrogen, so this is now beta D minus fructopyranose. So these are the cyclic structures of carbohydrates. So in the solution state or molten state, they exist in the cyclic form. These form they are also seen in the solid state. When these cyclic form they are crystallized. So this is regarding cyclic structure of carbohydrates. First two monosaccharides. Then we have a very important definition. What are epimers? Epimers, these are the isomers of carbohydrate which differ in their configuration on penultimate carbon. अगर penultimate carbon पे carbohydrate की position different हो, they will be called as epimers. They are not the epimers because penultimate carbon have similar position of H and OH in this case. Then we have the very important property of carbohydrate, that is called as mutarotation. So what is mutarotation? How it is seen? What kind of property it is, what estimation we take from mutarotation. So mutarotation, it is defined as the spontaneous change in the specific rotation of a particular monosaccharide unit when it is dropped in water. It may be disaccharide also. So the mutarotation, it is defined as the spontaneous, लगातार जो बदलती रहती है, spontaneous change in the specific rotation of a carbohydrate when it is mixed with water or it is dissolved in water. In that case, the ring of the cyclic carbohydrate first opens up and then it closes either in the same position, original form, or in the inverted position, due to which the specific rotation, the optical rotation of the carbohydrate that go on changing. This is called as mutarotation. So we will define again mutarotation. It is the spontaneous change in specific rotation of optically active compound with the passage of time to a equilibrium value. In aqueous solution, during mutarotation, the cyclic ring first of all opens up and then it closes either in the original form or in the inverted position. Result is the specific rotation changes and then it comes to a equilibrium value. Then we have alpha D plus glucopyranose. It is in equilibrium with the open form of D plus glucose, which is not having any cyclic structure. Then if it closes in the beta form, beta D plus glucopyranose, then what are the specific rotations produced by these two carbohydrates? In first case, rotation produces 111.9 degree rotation is produced. Here we have 52.5 degree, and in this case rotation produced that will be 19.5. So these are the optical rotation produced by these two forms of carbohydrate. This is 52.5, this is having a minus value. So this is the when it exists in the equilibrium, if alpha form of glucose is put in water, it will change into open, then into beta, or beta form is dissolved in water, it will change into open, then it will change into alpha form. So all of these forms, they will when come in the equilibrium state, the optical rotation will be 52.5, and since it changes from plus to minus, this is called as inversion of rotation, specific rotation of the carbohydrate. So this is regarding the change in the optical rotation of carbohydrate. Then we'll discuss the carbohydrates and proteins, nucleic acid in our next lecture. Thank you very much.